What's up, everybody? Ricky K here, your New York insider for IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Second half of the baseball season begins today, so let's talk about the Mets. It's a big weekend at Citi Field. Of course, David Wright getting into the Mets Hall of Fame is number 5, getting retired, and it's a great time for all, for sure. David Wright, of course, the captain, Captain America in World Baseball Classic, and how iconic he's been for the Met organization over the last 15, 20 years. There's rumors that he might pass the baton on to Francisco Lindor. We'll see how legit that rumor is. But the Mets, I think, are in a decent position. Because you look at this team right now, they're only a half game behind the Phillies in the East. They're in a good spot for a playoff spot right now. They're probably 3 games out of the Giants for a playoff spot. So I think they're in a decent position. They got Kodai Senga back. Sean Manaea came back right before the break. He's going to start tonight against the Reds. I think the Mets do have some needs, but you have to trust that Steve Cohen and David Stearns are going to do that, whether that's acquiring another position player. Do they believe that Mark Vientos is the answer at DH? Or do they go out and get another bat, especially in the outfield, Cedric Mullins, for example? Do they go out and get a Mitch Keller to help this rotation? Because remember, after August 1st, you can't add. So I think the Mets need a starter because you can't trust that Senga and Manaea are going to be healthy the rest of the year, plus Clay Holmes' innings limits. Because you get a starter, you can move Clay Holmes to the bullpen. Do they add an 8th inning guy like a David Bednar or somebody of that stature to pair with Edwin Diaz? Because they do need help there. There's, like the Yankees, the Mets have some pieces, but you got to trust where the Mets are. Look, they're 33-14 at Citi Field this year. They play extremely well outside of that random 2-3 week stretch in June where they're absolutely terrible. But they're still in a good spot for a playoff berth. And you think this Met team with Lindor, Soto, Alonso, Nimmo, the core 4, they're going to figure, or Fab 4, they're going to figure their way out of it. Be sure to follow us on X at ISR_New York for all the latest in New York sports. Until next time, this is Ricky K saying, have a great rest of your day.